Hello everyone, TMDK here, and in this video I'm attempting a Bird Keeper only challenge in Pokemon Sapphire. The team I will be using consists of Swellow, Pelipper, Altaria, Skarmory, Xatu, and Dodrio, and together we will conquer this game. The rules are simple: no items allowed in battle, outside of battle we can, HM Lats can be used, these are Pokemon that can learn a lot of HM moves and will only be used for that purpose, no glitches, hacks and cheats that can help me win the game, and I decided for this run to use no TM in HM moves. I did learn Surf to Pelipper just to cross the water for the A gym to fight walls with my full team. You will see in the video, that's understandable, right? Let's jump into it. We skip the intro and get to choose our name, TMDK of course. We arrive in our moving van and our adventure begins. Versus birds being attacked by the ever so friendly Poochyena, we choose Taillow and take him out. In the lab we receive Taillow and we give him the nickname Falco. We find May for our first rival battle, and this fight goes very smoothly and we take out Mudkip easily with Peck. We must teach Wally how to catch a Pokemon. I really hoped he was able to by now, but I guess he doesn't, but it's okay. In Petalburg Forest we find our first Team Aqua member and another Poochyena we must take out, which we do with Peck and Quick Attack. Before we can even get to Roxanne, the youngsters in the gym are my first real challenge. Their Geodudes take me out very easily because of their rock typing. There's only one thing I can do, and that is level up. At level 13 my Taillow learns the move Wing Attack, but we try again and no success. I need to level up, and at level 16 I managed to defeat the first youngster, and at level 18 after a bit more leveling I managed to defeat the second youngster. Now Roxanne is up and her Pokemon are a lot stronger than the youngsters, and yeah, the Geodude at level 14 does a lot of damage and I can't pass him. I need to become a Swellow at level 22 and then I have a fighting chance, but even now it is tough. I use Double Team to up my evasiveness and then go for Wing Attack. Even though it's not very effective, it does quite some damage, and after Roxanne healing her Geodudes up a few times, I managed to defeat Geodude with Wing Attack. The Nosepass is the second Pokemon, and because of my evasiveness, he misses all of his moves and I can take him out with Wing Attack. 12 health remaining, Roxanne is defeated. We catch our second team member, a Wingull, and give it a nickname Piku, like the Wingull from Mr. Briny. Now we can save Piku with Piku and take the boat to Dewford Town. May doesn't want to fight in this game, unfortunately. We deliver some mail, defeat the trainers in the gym, and now it is time to challenge Brawly. Brawly with his matchup and Makuhita should be easy because of our flying types. We managed to confuse matchup and use Wing Attack, and a crit takes him out. Makuhita is the next Pokemon, a bit bulkier than Matchup, but we take him out with Wing Attack. He heals up one time and we take him out with 4 health remaining. Brawly is defeated. Back on the boat to Slateport City, and in the museum we defeat some Team Aqua members and rescue Captain Stern. On our way up to Mobile City we face May and we take out our first 2 Pokemon easily with Wing Attack and Water Gun from Piku because they're super effective against Shroomish and Numel. Her Marshtomp is a tougher opponent and he takes my Piku out with his unleashed energy. Swellow needs to come in and I use one Double Team just to make sure, but I managed to take him out easily with 2 more Wing Attacks. May is defeated and we move on. We receive the HM Rock Smash and we find Wally from the third gym. He wants to defeat Watson with a level 16 Ralts. That's not a good idea, buddy, and we take him out easily. When we challenge Watson, it's very clear that we're under-leveled and not strong enough to take him out. His Magneton is his strongest Pokemon and he does a lot of damage and he takes me out one shot with Shockwave. My Piku evolves into a Pelipper. After leveling a bit, I try again, but still no success. I need to level a lot more and my Swellow learns Endeavor at 28. I try again, but no luck there. I need to level a lot more, and level 35 Pelipper and 36 Swellow I managed to defeat Watson. The tactic, I try to take out Magnemite with Swellow, but he takes me out easily because he paralyzes me, uses Sonic Boom and Thunder Shock, and yeah, I'm practically disabled and my wing attack doesn't do that much damage, plus Watson uses Super Potion to heal Magnemite. Now Pelipper is the key Pokemon because Water Gun does a lot of damage, but electric types do double super effective damage, so very risky. I managed to confuse Magneton, which is crucial. I can take him out with 2 Water Guns because he hurts himself in confusion. We defeated Watson finally. We catch a Zigzagoon as a Gem Lady. For Rock Smash, we catch our 3rd team member, Swablu, and give it the nickname Melody. We chase away Team Aqua and Team Magma from Mount Moon, and I go back to catch our 4th team member, a Skarmory, and give it the nickname Silverwing. We use the cable lift to get up Mount Chimney, and we find Archie. I want to use Swablu and Skarmory as much as I can because they are our new Pokemon, but I need to swap out Swablu because of the 2 sand attacks, but I managed to get a Sing Off. Silverwing takes out my Diana with a lot of packs because my Diana gets healed up by Archie. The Golbat comes out and I swap in Melody, but Melody is not that strong and she gets taken out easily by Golbat. Silverwing gets taken out as well because he was weakened by the Mightyena fight. Falco needs to finish the job and he does so very easily because he is that much higher in level, so we take out this last Pokemon with ease. Archie is defeated. Flannery and her fire type shouldn't be that much of a challenge. I want to use Melody, but she gets taken out one shot. Silverwing suffers the same fate and he gets one shot at as well. No surprise here. I want to use Pelipper as less as possible, so I swap in Falco first, and I managed to take out the first 2 Slugmas easily with Peck and Wing Attack. The Torkoal is a different story. He's a tanky Pokemon and he manages to take me out with Body Slam, so I have to use Pelipper in the end, so yeah, not a big deal. I take him out with 2 Water Guns. Flannery is defeated. With the boat back to Petalburg City to challenge Dad. At level 38, Falco learns the move Aerial Ace and we get taken out a few times by a Slackings, but we defeat Norman not long after. Swablu is still not strong enough and she gets taken out easily by the Slacking. Silverwing can tank a lot of hits but doesn't do that much damage himself, so he gets taken out eventually because Norman heals up the Slacking. Piku needs to come in and take out Slacking with a Water Gun. The next Pokemon is a Vigoroth and I want to confuse Vigoroth and I managed to do so. After this I use a combination of Water Gun and Wing Attack. Norman heals up Vigoroth one time, but I managed to take him out after this. The last Pokemon is a Slaking again, and I use Supersonic, I use Protect, he's loafing around, I use Wing Attack, not that much damage, and he takes me out with Feint Attack. Falco is the last Pokemon. Now Slaking is just losing his focus because he wants to do Focus Punch all the time, so we take him out with Aerial Ace slowly but steady. Norman defeated, Balance Badge received. We receive the HM Surge from Wally's dad and we learn this to our HM Lady, Zigzagoon. At level 29 our Silverwing learns the move Air Cutter, a useful move we will use a lot further on. We defeat some more Team Aqua members in the research lab on our way up to Fortress City and we defeat their Pokemon easily with Swablu and Silverwing using our new move Air Cutter. We come across Meg one more time on our way up to Fortress City and we take out our Shumish with Peck from Melody, and I almost take out Numel, but I feint of Poison and Ember before I can do so. Silverwing needs to come in and he takes out Numel with Peck. Marshtomp as Mudshot, but that doesn't affect Silverwing, so I can take him out with Air Cutter easily. We have defeated Mei, and after the battle she gives us the HM Fly, which comes in handy. For the 6th gym we need the Devon Scope. We teach Takedown to Swablu and we fight some fellow bird keepers in the 6th gym to level up and make myself ready for the gym fight. We teach Steel Wing to Silverwing and we fight Winona. Her Altaria and Skarmory are tough opponents and we get taken out a couple of times, but we win not long after. I want to use Swablu as much as I can, but that's not going to happen. Silverwing comes in and I want to use Air Cutter because it has a high chance of landing a critical hit. I managed to take out Swellow and do a lot of damage on Pelipper, so now I use Falco with Aerial Ace to take him out and hoping for a critical hit. Skarmory comes in and I use Piku to use Water Gun because that's the most effective against him. I also make him confused, so that helps me as well. Altaria comes in and I manage to confuse Altaria, and I hope to do as much damage as I can so that Falco can take him out afterwards. Falco comes in and I use Aerial Ace, which lands a crit after she heals up, and I manage to take her out. Winona is defeated. We catch an HM Lady Tropius for Fly. I forgot a nickname, so I had to go to the name changer. We get the Pokeblock case from a little girl, and now I can enter the Safari Zone and catch my last two Pokemon. The first one is a Nadu, which I give the nickname Natasha, and the second one is Duduo, which I give the nickname Ostrio. We take them out of the PC and go straight into leveling to get them on par with the rest of my team. Duduo is quite strong with his Tri-Attack, but Natasha is pretty weak with only Peck and Nightshade. I managed to get Natasha to go up on level and she evolves into a Xadu, which helps a little. After defeating some Team Aqua Grunts on Mount Pyre, Duduo evolves into Dodrio after becoming level 31. We chase away Archie, he takes the wrong orb, I guess he never learns. And we find May in front of the Pokemart in Little Cove City and we fight. Urswello takes out my Xadu because Xadu is pretty weak without any psychic moves. Ostrio comes in and I go use my go-to move, Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack is a very strong move with the ability to apply status effects such as Burn, Paralysis and Frost. Swablu comes in and takes out Shroomish with Peck. I get poisoned. I managed to take out Numel with a few Fury attacks. And the last Pokemon, Marshtomp, is up against my Silverwing. Silverwing comes in. Marshtomp goes for the Mud Shot, which doesn't affect Silverwing, so I can take him out easily with Air Cutter just like in the previous battle with May. We defeat May and we move on. Archie steals the Submarine Explorer from Captain Stern, and we enter the Team Aqua hideout and we fight Math. The first Carvanha goes down with Peck from Natasha, and the two next Pokemon go down with Tri-Attack from Ostrio. As you can see, Tri-Attack burns my Tiana and we take him out with the next one. The Submarine leaves the base. Straight to the 7th gym to fight Liza and Tate. Their only Pokemon are a Solrock and a Lunatone. With Natasha, I'm using Nightshade because it does damage equal to the level of the user, so always 30 damage. And with Melody, I'm just using Takedown because it's the strongest move that Melody has. Melody goes down, Ostrio gets taken out one shot by Psychic, and after Natasha goes down as well, Silverwing and Piku needs to finish the job. Piku using Water Gun and Silverwing using Steel Wing, both super effective moves. Solrock goes down first, and it's a matter of time before Lunatone goes down as well. Liza and Tate heal him up a couple of times, but the crit does the job. We get the HM dive from Steven, we catch an HM Lad Tentacool for Surf, Dive and eventually Waterfall. We find the lost Submarine, enter the Team Aqua cave, find Archie in the end in front of Kyogre and we fight. Natasha goes down by my Tiana after using Nightshade. Melody can't even get a move off, she just gets obliterated. Ostrio comes in and he takes out my Tiana with Fury Attack. Crobat comes in and I use a couple of Tri-Attacks, but he takes me out with Wing Attack and Bite. Silverwing comes in and he takes out Crobat and the remaining Sharpedo with Air Cutter after Sharpedo uses Swagger on me, which was a bad move. After the fight, Archie uses the red orb and everything goes to SHIT. Everyone's going crazy, we go outside, there's a heavy storm going on, and Steven tells us we need to go to Sootopolis City to fight Kyogre. My footage is a little scuffed here, so I'm sorry about that, but we lose one time against Kyogre, but we managed to take him out the next try. There's no real tactic here, we just use everything we can. Melody gets taken out, she does barely any damage against Kyogre. Now Ostrio comes in and I use Tri-Attack, as always, it's my best move, and I managed to freeze Kyogre, which is perfect actually, and I managed to take him out with a few more Tri-Attacks. After things have settled down, we can face Wallace and his water type Pokemon. His team is very strong and we need to level a lot. I learned Surf to Pelipper just to get across and fight with my whole team. I said I wouldn't use any TM or HMs, but this is the only exception I'm making just to fight with my full team because this is a very hard challenge. I evolve my Swablu into an Altaria. I need to level a lot. Xatu learns the move Wish and Future Sight, which are more useful moves than the moves he had, and I need to level a lot. I fight the trainers underneath the gym, I'm fighting underwater to fight the Clamperls and Relicanths. I try a lot between levels. When I go levels up, I try again, but as you can see, I'm losing a lot against my Milotic and Seeking most of the time, because they are his strongest Pokemon in the last one of his team. So we need to level a lot, guys, but we managed to do so in the end. Natasha is up against Luvdisc and I'm using Future Sight and Nightshade and I managed to take out Luvdisc. With Celio I managed to get one more Future Sight off, but he takes me out with Aurora Beam. Silverwind comes in and with Silverwind I'm using Air Cutter because it has a high crit chance. We tank the Aurora Beams and Water Pulses, but Wallace heals up Celio and he takes me out. Ostrio comes in and he takes out Celio with Tri Attack, the go-to move. Piku comes in against my Milotic. I want to use Supersonic and do as much damage as I can with Wing Attack. I'm very lucky and my Milotic hurts itself in Confusion 3 times, which allows me to do a lot of damage. I'm also lucky that my Milotic doesn't get a Hyper Potion and I can take him out with Tri Attack from Ostrio. Seeking is the last Pokemon, no Wishcast is first, and he uses Amnesia that doesn't affect Tri Attack, so we take him out with a crit. Seeking is the last Pokemon, I use Tri Attack, yeah, you get it. Wallace heals him up, I paralyze him and I manage to take him out with one more Tri Attack with 10 health remaining. We go up a waterfall, enter Victory Road and face Wally. Magneton we face again, and of course Gardevoir with her Psychic, which is pretty strong. We get taken out a few times but we win eventually. Our Melody is up against Altaria and we take him out with Dragon Breath because he only uses Dragon Dance. Ostrio comes in to use Tri Attack on Delcatty, which takes her out in 2 tries. Natasha is up against Magneton and I use Future Sight just to get a future attack off. At the moment I need it. Melody comes in and I try to paralyze Magneton with Dragon Breath. Magneton takes the Future Sight attack and I manage to paralyze Magneton with low health so that Pelipper can take him out with Water Gun. Roselia is easy with Wing Attack while he heals him up, but that doesn't help and we take him out. Gardevoir is the last Pokemon. Her Psychic is pretty strong and takes out my Pelipper, takes out my Falco, and I use Silverwind to tank it. I tank a Psychic and I manage to get 2 Air Cutters off and take Gardevoir out. First of the Elite Four is Sydney and his Dark type Pokemon. I get taken out one time but I managed to defeat Sydney the second try. With Natasha I'm using Future Sight but I get taken out immediately. With Silverwing I want to use Air Cutter because of the high crit chance. Sydney heals up my Diana and he takes me out eventually. With Melody I want to use Dragon Breath to paralyze my Diana, which I do, and I take him out. Cacturne comes in and I swap in Falco to use Aerial Ace, super effective, and it doesn't miss, so I take him out with Aerial Ace. Sharpedo is a tougher opponent. I use Pelipper to tank the water type moves, but then he uses Crunch, which does a lot of damage, and also Slash. Falco comes in again and takes out Sharpedo with Aerial Ace, but feints off the ability of Sharpedo. Melody comes in and I want to paralyze Absol, but that doesn't work, so Ostrio needs to come in and do high damage with Tri Attack. The last Pokemon is Shiftry, uses Double Team and I manage to still hit Tri Attacks. He uses Swagger and I take him out with one more Tri Attack. Second of the Elite Four is Phoebe and her Ghost type Pokemon. I quickly realize that I'm not strong enough, so I go back to the Victory Road cave and level myself up. My Pokemon need to be a little bit stronger and then I go back to take Phoebe on. I still fail a couple of times and Silverwing learns Spikes, which is handy, and eventually we win though. Falco is up against Dusclops. I use a double team. Aerial Ace, he uses Curse, so now his health is low enough to take him out, so I swap in Silverwing and I go for the Air Cutter, high crit chance, you know it, and we take him out. Banette is the next Pokemon. I try to keep using Air Cutter, but Banette takes me out. Pelipper comes in and he finishes the job with a Surf, easy as that. Sableye is the next Pokemon. I swap in Natasha. I go for a Future Sight Wish combo, which comes in handy. The Wish is for the next Pokemon. Melody comes in, Dragon Breath, maybe a Paralyzed Wish at the exact right moment. Future Sight, exactly at the right place, right time. Boom, Sableye's down. The next Dusclops, I want to paralyze him, that doesn't work. I go for a Supersonic and then for Surf, which is effective. He hurts itself in confusion, and I use Surf, high damage, and we take him out easy. Banette is the last Pokemon. I go for Surf, just the high damage, and we take him out with 2 health remaining. Phoebe is defeated. Third of the Elite Four is Glacia and her Ice-type Pokemon. Ostrio learns Drill Peck, which comes in handy, really. But her Ice types are pretty strong and very effective against my Pokemon, so it's a very tough battle, and I need to gain a lot more levels. Xatu learns Confusion Ray, which comes in handy as well, but we need to gain a few more levels and then we're able to do it. Silverwing's task is to take out the 2 Glalie with Steel Wing, which is super effective. The Celios, I want to use Pico because he can tank the water moves such as Surf, and the ice moves a little bit better than my other Pokemon, and I managed to make Celio low enough to take him out one shot with Ostrio. With the second Celio, I want to try the same tactic, but Pico gets taken out by Blizzard, so I need to take Ostrio straight in to do it himself, and he managed to do so with 2 Tri-Attacks and a Burn. The second Glalie, so Silverwing comes back to use Steel Wing. Walrein is the last Pokemon, and I have 5 Pokemon left. This is doable. Natasha gets a Future Sight off, comes in handy. Silverwing goes for a Air Cutter, maybe a crit. It does. A lot of damage. Melody comes in, Dragon Breath, maybe a Paralyze. No, we get taken out. Falco, crucial. He uses Aerial Ace and he gets Walrein low enough. I'm thinking, okay, I got him. No, a full restore, but I managed to hit the crit with Tri-Attack and a Paralyze. So I managed to hit him with the second Tri-Attack and take him out. Last of the Elite Four is Drake and his Dragon-type Pokemon. Salamence is the real obstacle in this fight, and he takes me out many times. He's very strong, and he's a good move pool, so he takes me out so many times. I needed a lot of tries for this one, but we did it. Melody needs to take out Shelgon with Dragon Breath, which I do. The next Pokemon, Altaria, is 2 levels higher than mine, so he takes me out, but I get him pretty low. I swap in Falco to finish the job with Aerial Ace. Nice, 2 Pokemons down. The Flygons are coming up. I swap in Piku to use Surf. I found out that this does the most damage, so I managed to take out 1 Flygon, but 2 Flygons is too much for Piku, and I get 1 more Surf off before he takes me out. Then I swap in Silverwing to use Air Cutter, maybe a crit, but I don't get a crit and he takes me out. And then comes in Ostrio, do a lot of damage with Tri-Attack and I get a crit and take out the second Flygon. Salamence is the last Pokemon. Xatu comes in, I use Confusion Ray, Future Sight, I want to use Wish, but he takes me out. Then Falco comes in and I use Aerial Ace. He uses Fly, Citrus Berry, Double Team. I get low. I use Endeavor to get him low as well. Ostrio comes in. He's low enough now. I tank Dragon Claw and take him out. Nice. Last up is the champion with Steel and Rock types. I lose a couple of times, but not as much as the Drake or Glacia fight. And we managed to defeat Steven not long after. The tactic, Piku needs to take out Skarmory with Surf, which he does. He gets poisoned, but that's okay. Claydol comes in, I use Natasha, Confusion Ray, Future Sight, and then I go straight into Nightshading. Always 51 damage, very nice. Ancient Power is no stab move of Claydol, so I can tank more than normal, and I take out Claydol. Steel Wing for Silverwing to take out the Credilli and the Armaldo. Credilli barely survives, heals up, and then swaps out for Aggron because he knows Thunder. I know this. I swap in Natasha to sacrifice her so I can swap in another Pokemon so he can attack first. But he misses. I'm lucky. I use his Confusion Ray and Future Sight, and he keeps hurting himself in Confusion. I can use a Wish and Nightshade. I survive Thunder with 1 health and manage to take out Aggron with Nightshade. I'm so lucky in this fight. I still have all of my Pokemon left. Silverwing comes back in to take out Credilli. This time it works and I managed to take him out after getting confused. The next Pokemon is Armaldo. Pelipper comes in to use Surf, also super effective on Armaldo, but he takes me out with Ancient Power. Silverwing then comes in. Armaldo heals up, but there's no use and we take him out easily. Metagross is the last Pokemon and I have 5 left on my team. This is doable. Natasha gets him confused. I use a Wish. He is still confused, but I get taken out by Psychic. Silverwing. None of his moves are effective, so the best thing I can do is Steel Wing, maybe up my defense, so take damage. That's the most important part. He takes me out with a Meteor Mash because he keeps on doing that on me, and a Psychic does the job. Then I swap in Falco. He can't do anything. Maybe run out this PP with Double Team, but no, he takes me out with a Hyper Beam. I go for Dragon Breath with Melody to maybe paralyze him. We get taken out. Austria is the last Pokemon. I'm so desperate at this point. He misses a couple of moves and I managed to take him out, which is crazy. We put our Pokemon in the Hall of Fame. We have Pelipper, Xadu, Falco, Altaria, Skarmory, and Dodrio. We did it, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Today we did the Bird Keepers Only challenge in Pokemon Sapphire. It was a fun and challenging run, even more so because we didn't use TMs or HMs except for Surf on Pelipper, but after all it was a challenging run, and because of all my Pokemon were flying types and they're weak against many things. The trainers who gave me the hardest time were Roxanne, Watson, Wallace, Glacia, and Drake. They gave me a real challenge in this run. The MVPs, Swellow, Pelipper, Dodrio, and Skarmory, they did the most damage, took the most hits, they took out the most Pokemon, they did the greatest part in this run. We can't forget Xadu and Altaria. They did their thing, but more in the end game and more as support Pokemon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. This has been TMDK. See you next time.